John Barry was on the call last night for ESPN Radio. He called the first two games of the Clippers-Warriors, and he'll do the Celtics-Pacers on Friday night. John, I just mentioned it's the greatest comeback in NBA playoff history. Down 31, they came back to beat the Warriors. What the heck happened last night?
I can't believe what I saw. Obviously, we saw history, 31-point comeback. It was amazing. I think it all stemmed from when Steph Curry got his fourth foul about 8.5 minutes to go. All the rotations were thrown off, and the Golden State Warriors really basically quit playing. And Lou Williams and Montrezl Harrell, for people who don't know on the Eastern Seaboard, are two incredible players, and they have dominated two games in the series. It's 1-1, but those two guys, the Warriors have not found an answer.
Do you think the Warriors, I know they lost Boogie Cousins. We don't know to what degree that injury is, but do you think there's concern with Golden State's players and Golden State coaching staff?
No. I mean, you were up 31 in the ball game. So, you just quit playing, and that happens. And look, this is a team that fights complacency, whether it be before a ball game or during a ball game. And things couldn't be any better. They were shooting 67%, up 31 points. And like I said, the rotations got messed up, and they stopped playing, and they quit playing the game. Their offense, they were standing around. They played no defense. What was the stat I saw? The last 19 and a half minutes of the game, the Clippers outscored the Warriors 72-37.
Wow.
And the Clippers shot 29 for 37 from the field. It was amazing. And Lou Williams is incredible to watch. He really is. He's been fantastic. And then you get Landry Shamet, who was traded over from Philadelphia, who had been really struggling in the first game and a half, and he knocks down the game-winning three. I mean, Doc Rivers, there's no wonder why he loves coaching this team. They really just have a tremendous grit and grime, and what Pat Beverly's trying to do to Kevin Durant. I mean, these guys just put out a tremendous effort.
If this was the March Madness format of one and done, who would you take to win the NBA title?
Yeah, that's interesting. I think I'd still have to go with the Warriors based on their personnel. But, I mean, look what we've seen. We've seen Orlando. We've seen Brooklyn get one done. Now we see the Clippers get one done. But that's not what it is. So that's why it's a lot different.
All right. Do you think I'm crazy? I got Houston beating Golden State.
Not crazy at all. I think that's the Western Conference Finals in the second round, basically. And I think whoever comes out of that series is going to be the NBA champion.
Who do you see in the East? Because I'm trying to sort out the deck chairs here, and I can't really decide who is going to be great for a long enough or sustained period of time.
Yeah, no, I think it's pretty even. I think I would put Philly fourth. I'm not a huge fan of the way they play. I just think it's too reckless, a lot of turnovers. It's not playoff real style basketball. I like Milwaukee a lot. Obviously, they're playing a depleted Detroit team, so let's not base the opinions on what we saw the other night. I don't know. I just have a belief in Boston. I know it's been as up and down a season as you can remember. Everyone thought they were going to dominate the East, and they have at times. But obviously, that locker room's been a bit fragile. But I don't know. If I had to say who I like, I'd take Boston.
He's John Barry, ESPN Radio, ABC NBA analyst. He did the Clippers-Warriors last night on ESPN Radio. He's got the Celtics-Pacers coming up on Friday night. Any talk there, Golden State, about Durant in the offseason? And do you expect talk when you get to Boston with Kyrie perhaps leaving?
There hasn't been any. I just, watching last night, there was a lot of frustration. Durant only took 8 field goals in the game. It's the second fewest he's ever taken in a playoff game in his career. The body language, a lot of looking over the bench. I just have the sense of just being around them quite a bit this year that it's time that he's going to move on. And I'm not sure where that's going to be. I'm assuming it's New York. New York better have a plan since making that trade with Porzingis. Obviously, a lot of talk with Kyrie and Durant heading there, but I think Kevin Durant's definitely going to go. It's time that something changes around the Warriors, I think, after this run.
Do you see any big name going to the Lakers?
It depends what you think's a big name, Dan. I don't think Kawhi goes there. I don't think KD goes there. I could see a Jimmy Butler going there. Now with this DeMarcus Cousins injury, if he's out for the rest of the year, who's going to sign him?
I know. And I thought that they might
sign him for over a year.
Yeah, I thought that maybe LA was going to maybe do a drive-by on DeMarcus Cousins.
That's what I was thinking Butler and Cousins type of thing, maybe even a Chris Middleton. But I don't think, the top two guys, it's a mess down there.
If you're Zion Williamson, if you're the commissioner, you can place Zion Williamson in a city. What city do you put him in?
I think it'd be fun in New York. What if Durant, Irving, and Zion go to New York? There hasn't been a buzz like that since Pat Ewing, right?
Yeah.
That'd be unbelievable.
Yeah, I was curious.
I can't wait to watch.
Yeah, and I wondered if Durant and Kyrie are looking at this Knicks situation saying, all right, what's the worst-case scenario of who we get? If we get Ja Morant or we get R.J. Barrett instead of Zion, that's still some pretty good pieces to roll out there and take on the East.
It's good, but if you do have Kyrie, ideally you want a guy that's kind of a standstill shooter because obviously Durant and Irving are going to have the basketball in their hands. That's how they score at their best. So, Cam Reddish to me was disappointing at Duke this year.
Yep.
The way he shot the ball, I thought he was going to be just a dead-eye standstill shooter, and that wasn't the case. So I don't know if there's another guy out there like that. But the two of them and add a couple pieces, and the Knicks are certainly going to be a playoff team. I don't know about winning the championship.
Good to talk to you as always, John. Safe travels, and Celtics Pacers coming up on Friday night. Thank you, bud.
Yes, you got it.
That's John Barry, ESPN Radio. I thought that there might be some doubt after watching Golden State against the Clippers. They collapsed. They allowed the Clippers come back from 31 down. It's like, hey, do you have any doubt about that? No, I don't. Like, come on, John. Let's build up the drama a little bit. And then you can't go, no, I still expect them to win, and then agree with me that Houston can knock off. I'm saying Houston will knock off Golden State. I don't think they can. It's not one of those, I think they can. I think they will. But if you missed any of the interviews from the Mercedes-AMG Man Cave, go to the Dan Patrick Show app where you can watch and listen from inside the Mercedes-AMG Man Cave. Mercedes-AMG, driving performance.
For more Dan Patrick Show, tune into Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV, stream for free on BR Live, or download the Dan Patrick Show app.